Oh, sweet baby girl. Trains are coming. Trains are coming to lift Bellini. There she goes. Little crane. Okay, let's hope this works. It's all a bit dodgy. All a bit dodgy. Oh, we've waited 18 months for this. This had to happen. Bellini is finally going to be lifted in to this small creek. I don't know, I'm not sure if there's enough water here for us to float when he lifts us in. We'll have to have a look. Is there enough water? That's what we want to know. Is there enough water in here to float? Oh, she's ready to be lifted. A bit close to the bow of that boat there. In the strain. Bit of film when we're going in. Oh, this is all touch and go. Nearly there, but so far to go. This is not natural for a boat to be moving in this manner. Oh, Bellini. Oh, sure. Oh, there she is. Put her to bed for the night. Filming the boring bit now. Well, will we escape or not is the thing. Will we escape or not? About halfway down the river now to the sea estuary. There was a seal.
Well,
but he won't come up now. Oh no, it's not a seal, it's a cormorant.
Look, that's going to go down. That wouldn't take much for it to... Last time we came here, this was full of cars, wasn't it?
Yeah. Full of cars, now nothing. There's the V2 boy coming up there. There she is. We'll be rounding her in a minute.
Green and me.
And then deploying the foresail. Right, here's your captain speaking. We've just arrived in Pegwell Bay after emerging from the Stour River. Is it the Stour or the Stour? The Stour. We had a bit of an episode before we left. The bow line went flying out and the tide caught the front of the boat and pulled the boat out into the river, and we couldn't hold her, and we had to have help from James of Highway Marine, who came to our rescue, and they used the workboat to push us round. So we nearly lost the boat. Right, we're sailing along here, and we've got a apparent wind of 12 knots, and we're doing a speed of about just over 5 knots, which is, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. Oh, we've gone off course. Hold on, get her back on course. Deal Pier that way. What a lovely... Okay, well, we've got the sails trimmed about right for that broad reach there that we're on. That's a wonderful sail. Look at that, that's brilliant, isn't it? Wow. She's really sailing beautifully now. But that's holding nicely. Oh yes. What we got? Oh yeah. 16 knots of apparent. She really is a lovely shaped hull. The Warrior 35. Well, we're waiting for the permission to go back into the Granville. There she is. That little aft cabin gives you a lot of protection when you're underway. You can hop down in there for a sleep or a rest. I want to just show you something. I've been working on the water tanks on my boat, on the Warrior 35. We've got water tanks in the keel, and I've decided to baffle one of them off just so that I've got one section and not the three sections. I shall show you a film of what it actually looks like. Okay, here we are. I've taken the centre floor panel up. And there's 1, 2, 3 sections to the water tank, and each section has got a baffle between it, like a plate. Well, what I've done is I've fiberglassed the plate up between the first tank and the two rear ones, so that I'm only going to use this front section down there. I'm on board today to try and sort out my water tank. We've had a bit of a leak between the two sections because a couple of years ago I blocked it off in that I just used the front section of the three sections of the water tank in the keel. It seems to work quite well, but the water was finding its way into the adjacent section, so I've refiberglassed the openings in the bottom. Looks a bit horrible down there, doesn't it? So that holds about 100 litres, and the plan is we're going to drop the 5 litre water containers down. So when I'm underway and on a trip, I can store fresh drinking water in the other two sections of the tank. So yeah, I can probably get about 50 litres of fresh drinking water down in those two rear compartments instead of having water sloshing around in there, because I only use the tank water for washing up and showering and washing my hands. This is typical of what you get. It's gusting up 32 knots just a second ago, and that windy app was giving 14 knots maximum. Oh, it's been blowing out here. Doesn't look like it by the sea state, but it is blowing up 30 knots at times. Can't even get the reef put in properly. There's Folkestone, look. Oh, we're heading off to Dungeness. It's a bit lumpy out here. No, it doesn't look it on the camera, but it's Yeah, it must be a good 5 or 6 out here. Come on boys, where are you all?
80 degrees from elbow at a distance of 2 miles. We're in position 51 degrees 23.5 minutes north, 001 degree 28.8 minutes east. Approximate track of 000 degrees and approximate speed of 0 knots. Unorthodox crossing information in the separation zone.
Oh, this is wonderful. Well, we left Dover this morning at 7 o'clock, and the wind was pretty hard on the beam, but it was I didn't manage to get the mainsail reefed down very well, so I had to drop it quickly, and it's not very neatly reefed in, but we're going along at 5.5 knots. I've got a little bit of jib out, and we're doing 6.6 knots over the ground. Dungeness looming over the horizon. There's the UK coastline, that's Hythe and Dymchurch. What a difference an hour makes. We're drifting along really nicely. It's like being in the Mediterranean. I've managed to sort the reef out in that sail, and it's beautiful now. It's the Fairlight Point there. I've just picked up 4G signal again, so I guess it's coming from the top of the hill over there. There's Hastings to the left. Well, we're going along at 4 knots, and speed over the ground's probably slowed down a little bit because the tide's going to turn in an hour's time. Look at that, beautiful. There we are. Oh, on the chart plotter we're doing 5, just over 5 knots at times. Well, it's only saying 4.7 at the moment. I'm going to drop down into the cabin. I'm going to have some lunch today. I'm not sure what it's going to be. It's going to be a pot noodle of something. They do some wonderful choices now. Yeah, it's just not the old pot noodles. There's all different flavours. I've got a naked Malaysian style rendang curry. There we are, 5.2243 knots. This baby just keeps on giving. The poor old Hydrovane's not doing much today. She's been made redundant for a while. We got Harry steering though. My faithful old WP 5000 auto helm with the bicycle brake cable adapter. Changed my mind. I'm gonna have one of these, the Big Eat green curry, Thai style. Oh crikey, I'll tell you what, we have stopped now. 32 knots gusting this morning when we left Dover to absolutely 0. there she is. Now that steering is packed up. I was coming back round Dungeness yesterday and the steering seized solid. It's been long overdue, but I'm going to have to strip down the Lumar steering. The coupling, the bottom coupling underneath at the bottom of the Lumar steering post is tending to seize up, which could cause me some serious problems. So here goes. It's the rudder connection, and I have actually got an emergency tiller that can be attached on there, but you've got a bit like a car track rod end system there attached to a rod, call it a track rod arm, which then goes to, hold on a minute, coming out here, coming through to the next section, comes through to the equivalent of a car steering box, which translates the rotational movement from the steering wheel to the rudder, or the tiller action, which is a straight movement to and from the rudder arm. Now we're going to cut this out of here. I'm cutting these bolts with this multi-tool. They've got to be cut through because they're totally seized. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look at that working. Beautiful. Wonderful.